I need a martini. Anyway, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Welcome in. Welcome in. Thanks for joining us today. Scott, how's it going, my friend?
It is going good. I'm seemingly here on this cruise ship called the Carnival Jubilee, which I also think you might have had an experience on not too long ago.
I've heard of it.
Let me just say something. Wow. That is the one word I have for the Jubilee. Wow.
So where are you located now? I know for me, it was always a hard time trying to find someplace quiet to film. And a lot of times I wound up going back to the room. So where are you at?
Right now I am all the way in the back on deck 8, right by the Serenity area. So my roommates, Richard from No Pants Profits, we are here on a casino deal. So thank you, Richard, for bringing me on this wonderful ship here. He has the chef's table in just a little while, so I'm giving him time to get out of the room and get to the chef's table before I walk you guys up there. So I kind of found, I guess, one of the quieter places on the ship to start this cruise talk live about the Carnival Jubilee.
Sweet. What time is it there, Scott?
Right now it is. What time is it?
People, we've had the biggest problem trying to figure out what time it is where Scott is at.
Okay, so right now it is 6 o'clock where I am at.
Are you sure?
I am sure.
Okay.
Or ship time, at least.
It is. Central time is 1 hour behind Eastern time, so it's Central. So
yeah,
we had a problem, people. Scott, he's having a problem with these time zones.
I know. Once you get on these ships, you have no idea. You're going off Costa Maya time. You're going off ship time. You're going off Arizona time. You're going off Warmstrong time because you're trying to keep up with that. Yeah. Guys, I don't even know what day it is. Well, actually, I do know what day it is. It's Wednesday. I just don't know what time it is. So, and I see we've been live for almost an hour, over an hour. Look at that.
But there you go.
It has taken a lot for us to get here, but we are here.
Let me run down the chat real quick and
Yes.
see what's going on here. Let's see who's on here. Marjorie, welcome in. Appreciate you being here.
Hello, Marjorie.
Universal Cruising is also here. Welcome in, Scott. Cruise Nuts, welcome in. Thanks for being here, my friends.
Cruise Nuts.
Destination Fun, hello, hello.
Hello, Sherry.
Najuma Braun, welcome in.
Najuma.
Moonlight Adventures, thanks for coming in. Appreciate you being here.
Josh and Chastity.
Journeys with June and Brady, welcome in. 3 days away from the panorama.
I cannot wait to hear what you think about that ship, Aunt June. I can't wait.
It's like a second class of ship. My favorite ship on Carnival, the Vista class. I like it. Actually, I like the panorama, the best of the Vista class.
I have not yet to sail. It's close to me, so I'm thinking about it. But
if you get a chance, y'all think you'd enjoy it. Will G, welcome in. Official Jamia, welcome in.
Hello,
Tell the birthday girl, happy birthday, girl. Moonlight Adventures, May. I'm assuming May's going on the Jubilee.
Oh, yeah,
maybe, I don't know. I'm not quite sure. Everybody's speaking. Destination Fun. Arma 7777. Welcome in. Appreciate you being here.
Hello, Mona, my fellow Lemonhead. Inside.
Lemonhead. Emily, welcome in. Welcome in. How's it going? It's I'm sorry. Emily is on the Facebook side. It's showing up, Emily. Thank you so much. You do understand. Sometimes it doesn't show up.
It doesn't.
Moonlight Adventures, listening and preparing for colonoscopy. Oh, I know that feeling. Pedroza, welcome in. Welcome in.
Hello,
Pedroza I think he just released a new video today.
I'll have to go back and check it out.
Pedroza says must be in Quintana Roo.
Quintana Roo.
Give me 1 second. Let me hit this button right here.
Quintana.
Oh, I haven't done something right. Keone, well, welcome in. Keone Mills. That's your friend, right? Welcome in.
He's itching to go on another cruise with me. He was texting me this whole cruise. He's like, dude, when are we booking another cruise?
Look, I don't know what you guys are doing, but we're going to have to figure some way, the Star of the Seas or Icon, we're going to have to be 2 or 3 people in a room to afford these prices.
Yep, for sure. Oh, actually, so believe it or not, I actually was talking to Keone about the Utopia of the Seas that you and I are both going on. And I believe, I'm not going to say it, but I believe Keone might be in for the Utopia of the Seas, that first leg. And he also might be in for the Rock and Roll cruise with another one of my buddies. So we got some cool things coming down the line. I can't wait for Utopia, by the way. I can't wait.
Hey, you gotta do something to bring down the prices.
Mm-hmm.
Warmstrong time. Yes, Destination Fun. Scott Smith, welcome in.
Hey, Scott. Fellow Scots.
Let's see. Shady Brady, welcome in.
Hello, Uncle Brady.
And I think I'm down at the bottom. So, Scott, tell us a little bit about your what you first thought when you went down there. I gotta do something real quick, but I'm not leaving. But just tell us about when you first came on the ship, what you thought, and when you first saw it. Give us the rundown.
Absolutely. So, let me just preface for most of our viewers here. I have sailed I've sailed on all of the older ships on Carnival. So this is my first Excel class. This is my first Excel experience. This is by far the biggest ship that I have ever been on. So when I first got on, I mean, the whole Grand Central thing and the whole center stage, I mean, I walked into that and I was just like, wow. And then my buddy Richard said, you know, that's not the only theater. And of course, I didn't know that because, I mean, who's going to know that? I thought that was the theater. I looked up, I said, oh, holy crap. And he said, no. He goes, we're going to take a little tour of this entire ship. I also have a tour on my page of this entire ship. But I was wowed from the first time that I got on. It took me, I would say, about a day and a half for me to stop spinning in circles. And I know everybody that was following me or behind me and watching me go in circles, like, oh, no, I'm in the front. Oh, no, I'm in the back. Oh, where am I? I'm in Pigeon Anchor. Oh, yeah. So I did that for about a day and a half until I got dizzy. Now I finally know where I'm going. But what I will say, Carnival, you have outdone yourself on these XL class ships. You really have.
And see, I agree. I believe the same thing. I think Carnival did it.
Look at that guy. Uh-oh. Where'd he go? So, first of all, we're going to kick this off, and I want to talk about the food and the eats. We're going to particularly talk about a lot of E's here, but I want to talk about the eats. Something that's Warmstrong and my favorite thing to do, probably besides maybe gamble. That doesn't start with an E, though. But eat. Bill, what did you think about the food on the Jubilee?
I loved it. I thought they had the best food options that were free, that were included. And it was the best food of all the ships I've been on, as far as the buffets, the snacks, the street eats. You know, if you have like if you want just a little snack, the main dining room. It's not as good as it used to be, but it's still pretty good, and they're pretty good as far as changing the menu around. It's more of an Americanized kind of a menu. So when I say that, I mean it's more like meat and potatoes. So you're always gonna have like a meat and a starch, and I really enjoy it. How about you?
I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna say something right here, and I might make some people mad, but I think the main dining room and the buffet on the Jubilee are 110% pointless. Pointless, because if you look around at all of the other free, and I know some people don't want to pay for emeralds and some people don't want to pay for rudies, and I get that, but if you look at all of the included dining options from the time that they open up dining to the time that they close them, there are far too many unique things on this ship to eat than to take yourself down to the main dining room or the buffet. Sure, it may be good and the food may be fresh and the food may be awesome, but the main dining room is something that you can experience on any Carnival ship. No matter, you can go on the Celebration, you go on the Valor, you go on the Dream, it doesn't matter. Yes, there are going to be different menus, and I 110% get it, but the main dining room is sort of on this ship like an afterthought because there are so many things to eat. For example, last night, I decided to take myself out to Cucina del Capitano, which is their Italian restaurant here on there. It's on a lot of Carnival ships too, but it's actually paid for on a lot of Carnival ships. Whereas here on the Jubilee, it's free unless you get 3 meals. But we're not getting 3 meals. We're just talking about an appetizer and 1 meal and a drink from the drink package. And I was so happy. There's going to be a review coming on the page. I'll tell you guys what I had. I had Nana's meatballs. And and I had short rib. I asked them the 2 most ordered things on the menu so I can review them for people who are ordering into Cucina del Capitano. Amazing. Nana, you know how to make your meatballs. I don't know if she's on board, but if she's on board, she knows how to make her meatballs.
Well, you know, usually I get 2 of those when I order them because I didn't know it says no to meatballs. You get 2. I mean, it says balls, but you only get 1. I said, just bring me 2. Yeah. And I will admit, the Jubilee is one of those ships where I very rarely go to the main dining room. I enjoy it when I go, but I very rarely go to the main dining room. If it's a 7-day cruise, 1 time, maybe 2 times, maybe. Yeah. With the other restaurants that you have, it's just not feasible for me to do it. I mean, again, there's just too many other options.
Absolutely. You know, and I wanted to come on here, you know, not only for myself, you know, I got to come on here, like I said, on a casino deal. So I wanted to come on here for my channel and do a lot of different reviews for people that have maybe been thinking about trying the Jubilee and thinking about, you know, what entertainment, what eating, what all those different things, right? Opportunities that you guys might not have had, or at least you're thinking about it. And I want to give you the true review. again, I'm going to give you the true view. I will tell you if something is not good. I'm not here by Carnival's media team or anything like that. So I am going to give you those true reviews, which is why I've decided to do these certain review points about the entertainment, about the eating on board here on the Carnival Jubilee for that exact reason. Because I think you guys should know the true and honest answer.
Oh, and I do. You had something on your channel that you wanted to know. Oh, what do you want me to try out? I gave you a suggestion. I haven't seen that video yet.
No, I know. I'm not a dessert.
I know it's a dessert.
I'm going to do it though. I'm going to do it. Okay. A lot of people like it.
I know it's a dessert, and you don't really do desserts. Let me catch up with the chat a little bit. Bamanola, welcome in. Appreciate you being in here.
Hello, Bama.
Jamia, official Jamia, welcome in, editing and listening.
Hello, Jamia.
Carmen for the win. Carmen, welcome in. Appreciate you being here.
Hello, Carmen.
Will G says, Scott, I have to disagree.
And we can. That is totally okay.
I you know what? And again, I enjoy the main dining room. The buffet, I know that's not some people's thing where they want to do the buffet. I enjoy the buffet, but on the Jubilee, you have so many options where it doesn't have to be the buffet. And that's why it's tough. Carmen says, I prefer the MDR for every night. Carmen, on the Jubilee, you have the main dining room, you have Chibang, you have what's that?
Cucina del Capitano, guys. You have the Schwartz,
you have so many,
which sells gyro. There's so many places.
You have a lot other sit down restaurants.
Teppanyaki, sushi. I mean, I could keep on going on.
Well, teppanyaki is an additional cost, right?
Teppanyaki is, yes. That's the sit down.
Yeah.
And the
well, I mean, I was talking about the free places. So even if you want to pay for more places, yes, there's some. But all the other ones we were talking about that you just sit down and eat, and I would think 2 times in the main dining room if you want to try the other restaurants.
Yep. Pig and Anchor too, which I'm sitting out on Sundays. They do lunch and they do dinner too, again included. So again, there's just so many things, and this is not a drawdown on the main dining room. I'm not saying the service. I'm not saying that the food is bad. There's nothing like that. If you like the main dining room experience, I am sure that is amazing on the Jubilee. But there are far too many unique things on this ship that I want to try and deliver to you guys, and you don't deserve to see a main dining room review from me because we know the main dining room is good here. This is their newest ship, so they're going to give the best menu. So if everything else is good, I guarantee you the main dining room is good. And we're not saying not to go to the main dining room. There's just a lot of food options here to eat throughout the day. Mm-hmm.
See Me Traveling. Welcome in. See Me Traveling. Appreciate you being here.
See Me Traveling. Kurt Marsha.
And let's see. Scratch and Pete, thanks for coming in.
Hey, Scratch and Pete.
Destination Funds says hello to everybody. She's bouncing in between the chats.
Thank you.
Awesome, people. We had a poll up. Let me see. What does the poll say? Will you be selling on the Carnival Jubilee during the inaugural seasons? I already have. Yes, it's booked. I want to. My wife, husband, or significant other won't let me. If you could answer that, let us know. Okay. Right now, we have 10 votes in there. So, and you probably to do the poll, you have to come to my channel. So, if you want to type for Scott, if you want to type it in the chat, that'll be fine too.
I think it's after. We're 15 minutes after. I think I can start to walk up to the room, so it's a little bit
okay. You want to
here for us too.
Here, so I'm gonna make show us around as you walk.
Okay, let's see. Can I flip this around? Am I able to flip it around? I don't know how to do that. I'm so bad. How do I flip it around? Someone tell me how to flip it.
Are you on StreamYard?
We're going to talk about another E, which is really an I, but we're going to talk about the ENET, the internet, and how good it is here on the Carnival Jubilee. So let me get out of this hole. Run from branded music, run. How do I?
Hey.
I want to. Is this? Oh no, sorry.
What are you doing? Are you on
I wish I was
StreamYard?
better. Bill, how do I turn the camera around?
Are you on StreamYard?
Yeah.
You have
Yes,
to go
I
to
am.
camera settings, I believe.
Oh boy, we don't know how to do that.
Uh-oh. Mojo Adventures, welcome in on the Instagram side, along with North Shore Travelers. Welcome in on the Instagram side. Well, don't worry about it, Scott.
Actually, let's go back here. That's going to be the easiest way back up to the room. Easiest way back up.
Cruise Nuts, welcome in. Kathy Mills.
Thing, but
yeah. Kathy Mills, welcome in. Thing. Kathy Mills, welcome in. Cruise Nuts, welcome in.
Kathy Mills. Hello, hello. Look at this. This is perfect. Look at that. I'm walking in. I'm not even breaking up. Jubilee, you got this. You got this E-net down. Let me tell you. Whew.
I don't know where you're at. It's awfully quiet. Where's everybody at?
I'm almost at my cabin here, so we can get some time here without some unbranded music. Let's see. Okay. Boom.
Kathy Mills answered the poll question. No plans to cruise on it until it possibly moves to a home port on the East Coast in the future. That is a plan.
The future. Okay, there we go. Hey. Boom.
Janelle Atchison says, hey, Scott.
Hey, Janelle. So Janelle, if anybody is visiting Montego Bay or Jamaica, Janelle is the best, hands down, tour guide in Jamaica. So if you're going, reach out to me. I'll give you a way to get in touch with Janelle. She does a whole entire city tour of Montego Bay, finishes up with lunch, and there's some kind of special rate. I can give you a little special discount because, you're friends with controversial cruising. And it's a really great tour. I've done it, Janelle, 3 times, 2 or 3 times with Janelle.
Sweet. Janelle, thank you so much for being in here.
Super cool.
Cruise with Blake, welcome in on the Instagram side.
Hello.
Thank you for being here. Now, Scott, the thing, I could not flip it around, but you had a video that you sent me as far as the entertainment, some rehearsal.
Yes. But before we get into that, I want to ask you what you truly thought about the internet on the Carnival Jubilee, because I have some thoughts about it. I really do.
I thought it was good. The only problem I've had with a lot of these ships here lately, there are no quiet spots on the ship other than in your room.
Yes,
and that's my biggest complaint for a lot of the internet.
Yes.
If you're walking around doing ship tours, when you're bouncing around from router to router, a lot of times it interferes with the internet quality. It starts to break up. You start seeing all the pixelation and all that other good stuff. But like when you sit down in one location, most of the ships will handle that pretty well if you're just sitting in one spot. Carnival, for whatever reason, Carnival does a really good job. Just like when you were walking, it was a good picture. I thought it was a good picture, at least.
Yeah, it didn't distort at all. And that, that's the one thing that I'll say. I think that, Carnival has listened to a lot of the people who are working from home. And I've said this before, going to work on the ship, working from home, and bringing those things with them. And I think now, since this is the 4th sailing on the Jubilee, I really think they went in, and there is something different here on the Jubilee, because I was walking around from the front of the ship to the back of the ship, and it was 110% clear. I was on like a call, and I was showing somebody the ship before, and it was clear as day, clear as this right here. It's almost like home Wi-Fi, which is crazy. Richard and I have been uploading videos here faster than at my house, and not at his house, but faster than at my house, which is amazing. I've been uploading all my shorts like this in 15-20 seconds, done. But the only other thing I think that they really should take into consideration, just like Bill said, I think they should reconcept the whole library that they kicked out of Carnival. Most Carnival ships don't have a library anymore, and make them a vlogger's room. Crazy, right? Make them a vlogger's room where there's no branded music, right? It's for YouTubers, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, but it's a quiet room where people can kind of come without unbranded music and be able to record and do live shows or videos or whatever they want to do. That's just my thought. Will it work?
I don't know. I don't know if there's enough vloggers to do that, because the only thing that would bother would be if you're going live, and I think that's where it would be a problem. I don't know. I just don't know if there would be enough demand for. I just wish they wouldn't play music just everywhere all day, 24 hours a day, even at night, in the middle of the night. If you want to go do a ship tour, you're walking around, they're playing music. I mean, it probably helps the workers when they're doing their work. Nancy B, well, welcome in. Welcome, Nancy B the Scratcher. Welcome in on the Facebook side. Appreciate you being here.
Hello, Nancy B. And that was just my thought too. It's not
something
that Carnival's working on. It's just like
I definitely wish they had. I would definitely wish they had a place where it was somewhat quiet some of the time, other than your room. I really would like to be able to go outside in the sun and vlog a little bit,
right?
But it just gets tough.
Oh, I mean, so tough. I mean, and it's not even like songs that you wouldn't know. They are recognizable every day on the radio. Like, copyright.
It happens. It happens.
It does.
You know, a lot of times I'll do that on like embarkation day. I'll just play it. You just won't get monetized for it. Carmen for the win. Will it make the Wi-Fi connection bad? Will what make the
Wi-Fi connection?
Maybe I messed something up there. Scrolls Nuts, welcome in. I appreciate you being here.
Hello, Randy.
Carmen, if you could, when you say would it make the Wi-Fi bad, what's the what would make the Wi-Fi bad?
Wi-Fi is the best Wi-Fi I've ever experienced on a Carnival ship ever. And I thought the Luminosa was pretty decent. Brady and I were doing some videos and I was still uploading them. We went live actually too, Bill. I remember I was on the Luminosa when we went live for one of our cruise talks. And that was decent, but this whole nother beast.
Yeah. Pedroza says some videos are good for subs and some are good for monetization. Right. Mm-hmm. And a lot of that has to do with, like, when the inaugural cruise for the Jubilee, I wanted to get it out there. I wanted everybody to see what was going on. So I didn't get monetized for it. Got 1,000 views on it. But again, if I had avoided the being monetized on it, I don't think people would have got the full extent of the sail away party.
Right.
And Carmen says the vlogger room. The vlogger room is more of a room, just a quiet room. Again, we're talking about like when you have music talking or Kindle Fire coming over the loudspeaker and things like that, you get a lot of interruptions. I believe what Scott is talking about is just a quiet room where you can go in there and vlog with nobody disturbing you.
Yep.
Even though if you had more, if you had more than one vlogger in there, you got two people talking. So I don't know. I don't know if they would put that much space to people that might use it, and only one person at a time, unless they could divide it off.
Say. Maybe like a sign sheet of 10 slots for the day. So almost kind of like Carnival Kitchen or the Chef's Table or something that you would have to sign up for if that was, really important to you. I mean, hey, look, the cruise before I was on, Lalito Loca was here, and they told me I forget, there was some other big cruise vlogger on here too as well with Tony, not with Tony, but on the same week as Tony. So I'm sure they would have also, kind of enjoyed something like that. I think as the demand grows, maybe right now, Bill, there probably isn't too much demand, but I mean, there wasn't really too much demand for the library anyway, right? So if you make a room that's like half that size, you have a sign-up sheet for 8 slots. I mean, it at least shows that Carnival is thinking about the cruise influencers or the ones that they're approaching and saying, hey, come on our ship for free. These are media deals, not casino deals. Come on our ship for free and talk about our ship and we'll give you a free room and give you a free that. I mean, that's they have media teams out there and they are actively doing that every single day for accounts, right? To build their brand. So if you want to build the brand, right, how does that happen? With cruise vloggers, right? Not saying that I myself would ever take a deal like that because I like to do true reviews and I like to tell the truth. But again, these companies are out here, they have media teams, right? And they're actively recruiting influencers, right? So shouldn't you in the right way give them a room or give them a space to properly give you your positive review or positive review about the eating or whatever it may be? I mean, it's just my thought in the way that the world is going.
Okay. What about just where you are right now? Isn't that your space? Isn't that where you can do your review? What would be different about this room as far as a media room? I guess, and that would be my only thing. I would like someplace outside where I can, hey, look at this view. Even like the balcony. The balcony, I had, when I was on my balcony, I had Leon next door yelling and screaming with his party. So I couldn't even go on my own balcony and do my live from the balcony.
I feel that too. I know we have a guy that's over here on the balcony. He's like a professional. I don't know. He's not professional, but he's got his camera out and it's like this big wide lens and he's out there like, I don't know, 8 hours of the day. So I was going to go out there and do our show from out there, but I'm like, I'm not going to do that with, we call him Peeping Tom. We're not going to do that with Peeping Tom next door. So yeah.
And
maybe it's just a stateroom, Bill, with a balcony. Maybe it's just an empty stateroom. Okay, now we're talking about them sacrificing money, but maybe it's something like a made up mock stateroom, right, where the blogger can also show like a room tour, blah blah blah. They take him out on the balcony. I don't know. This is just thoughts.
I know. I'm just thinking about the space and the cost.
Yes.
A little interior space. I get a balcony room. Yeah, no, that's not going to happen. That's $2,000 plus whatever they spend on the ship. They don't like us that much.
I agree. But if they want us to build the brand or they want us to give us those positive reviews or come on the ship and,
Carmelin for the win. With so many people going live, as far as would that mess up you probably could, but they're adding additional bandwidth.
Yes.
So now they're getting better at handling the amount of vloggers and people using Wi-Fi to make phone calls and
yeah,
it's not just vloggers. Like when I'm on a ship and I have the Wi-Fi package, I keep my phone on WhatsApp and Messenger, so I can always still get messages all the time. Always in contact with the family, always. So there's a lot of Wi-Fi going on a ship, other than just the people that vlog. Vloggers just need it more like if they want to go live or if they want to upload a video immediately.
Yeah. Right.
Because like if you go look at Scott's channel, he's uploaded about 92,000 shorts. So go check out his shorts.
And you want to know what I just want to shout out Richard here, because none of those shorts would have happened. I was in some kind of mood the other day, and this is me telling you I'm being real. I don't hide anything, right? This is me being real. And I was kind of down on myself, He said, hey, you've been on this cruise and you kind of been sitting on your hands. I said, well, what do you mean? He's like, well, you haven't recorded any content. You haven't asked me to be in any videos. Like, what's your deal? What do you want to record? I said, well, you took me on this cruise as a casino deal. And, I know you wanted me to be in a lot of these videos. You have plans for the Tiki Bar and the Alchemy Bar. He said, yeah, those are my videos. He goes, you're in them, but those are my videos. And if you don't want to be in one of them and I asked you to, just tell me no. He goes, right. You have your channel. You have to go out there for your people and find those UPSs, which are unique, or USPs, unique selling points, which are the things on the ship that you guys want to see. I am here 7 days, and I'm going to try to share as many true, real reviews as possible. So I was sitting on my hands, and Richard said, here, go take the Ray-Ban glasses and go out and make 25 shorts on something that you've never seen before on Carnival. Don't show me the sushi restaurant. I don't want to see the sushi restaurant. Show me other things. And then 17 shorts came on a page, and I also made a 3-pointer in one shot too as well.
Yeah, that wasn't your first shot. Stop.
It was my first shot.
Stop fibbing on that
First shot.
one.
I would tell you, it was my first shot. I also didn't have any alcohol before I made that shot, and I still haven't had any alcohol today. Today was my resting day until we got off this live. Then I will start to drink, and that is also true too as well. You always have that resting day. Do you have a resting day, Bill, when you are
I have so many. You know what? The problem when I go on a cruise, I get too many resting days because it's like I don't want to do this. I don't want to disturb this person. I want to put my camera up over here. People watching me talking to the camera. I mean, I'm already an introvert, and having people watch me do stuff. I just close down and don't want to do anything. Let me make this one shout out real quick. Nancy B the Scratcher needs 25 hours to reach 3,000 to become partially monetized. So if we can get everybody in here to go watch an hour worth of Nancy the Scratcher, she'd be monetized by tomorrow morning. So Nancy, in my chat, if you type #strong, drop your link. Well, you've already done it. Let's get her up. That's you can taste it at that close, 25 watch hours.
Oh yeah, we can do that easily.
Scrolls says, Scott, do a room tour.
Okay, I could do that.
But make it kind of unique in some kind of way. In other words, the Jubilee now it's been 3, 4, 5 different cruises. Now we got a lot of different cruises, so you got a lot of room tours. Make it kind of unique. Like mine was because of the noise.
Yep.
Which makes mine unique. If you can try to make it, somewhat new. I don't know what problem you have, if any problem, or even if you don't have a problem, I would go about like, hey, you won't believe this about my cabin on Jubilee or something. Something to make your video stand out.
Here we go. This is 5 steps away from my stateroom. You would never guess.
Something like that, because people are going to click on it. What is that? What's going on there?
5 steps. 5 steps. It's right there. It's right there. It's right outside my door. The selling
Cruise
point
and
for
Koozies. Cruise and Koozies, welcome in. Come in and say hi and hit the thumbs up button. Thank you, Cruise and Koozies. Appreciate you.
Cruise and Koozies.
Cruise Nuts said hi, Moonlight Adventures. Then they would have scheduled. Then they would have scheduled the room.
100%. For respect for people, absolutely. And say 2 vloggers are going on at 11. It just is what it is. Whoever got there first. I mean, this is just thoughts. This is just thoughts that I have for Carnival.
People also work from the ships now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, the Wi-Fi is getting good enough now.
Oh, good.
A lot of people, when I did the Trans-Pacific cruise, they were working on the ship. Once we got on the cruise and got like a day out from Hawaii, they notified people on the ship that they cannot guarantee the internet past Hawaii. And we had 20 or 30 people get off the ship because they were working from the cruise and they had to get off the ship because they couldn't guarantee the internet.
Wow.
So they actually got off the ship.
Wow. What ship was that?
That was what happened twice. Splendor and Luminosa.
Oh yeah.
Somewhere between Hawaii and Australia, they could not guarantee the internet, and they definitely couldn't guarantee the speed of the internet.
Oof. Ooh. No. They're older ships too. Older, smaller ships.
Well, I have a problem. I think it's a problem because once you get into the Pacific Ocean, there's a spot where you're as far away from land as possible. So I don't know how that is with satellites and all this other good stuff. But the newer ships aren't going to do that trip. They're going to Australia, so they're not going to do that. So
a lot of these ships are too big to do those too, as well. Like especially or the Hawaii or Alaska. They're just too big. They're just too big. Like Jubilee's too big, way too big.
Pedrosa says shorts haven't worked out much for me. The shorts are tough. I get more traction on shorts when I make the funny shorts with the memes and all the other stuff. Instead of like your shorts, Scott, you did like professional restaurants and this and the fish staircase, and I get fewer views on that that I do if I make some wacky meme from, Kim Kardashian or whatever in my, and for whatever reason that it's not right, but you get a lot of views, but you're also not going to get many people that are going to watch your stuff because they're just there for the comedy.
Because in shorts, you want to entertain. In long form, you want to educate. And it was a test. I purposely put out those 17 shorts as educational short piece shorts with little to no memes or funniness at all, except maybe the first one where I talked about seasickness and the salad. But that wasn't even really that funny. But they were all basically educational shorts. And I wanted to test. And now, what do you think my second round of shorts are going to be?
I would assume the comedy ones.
The comedy ones. Not all memes, but there'll be some funny things in there. I'm going to start to test some things. There may be some memes, some cap cut, but those are the things that people have that 15-second. They just want to laugh. And then, hey, they might click over. It's about the traction. You're not going to have all those subscribers stick. We've talked about this in past episodes. They're not going to be your true subscribers, but it gets traction to your page. It gets your page and your videos on the browse and on the search, right? We all want to be on the browse and search. It's great to have the 35, 40 people that come every single time when that notification bell pops up. Like when I see Warmstrong bell pop, like, oh, I got to see what the video is, right? Traveling Gilbert, oh, I got to see what Destination Fun, oh, I got to see what it is, right? Those are your diehard fans that are going to be there no matter what. We're all here to bring on new people because we want to educate, right? We want to expand the cruise, the wonderful cruise thing that we all enjoy together, and we want to spread that, right? So we want to see new people come to our channel, new eyeballs, people asking new questions, and names that we've never seen before. So
Scrollsnut said, I meant to do a room tour now.
I could do that. Can we flip the camera around? Because I don't even know how to do this. Okay, though. So there's settings, right? And then there's camera.
Yep, then hit that.
Oh,
then
I see.
You pick which camera you want, front, back.
Oh,
there you go.
Okay. All right, guys. All right. Let's do this the right way. Sorry. You can't see. Don't peek. Don't peek.
Well, hold on.
Let's do this the right way. Okay. So we are entering the cabin on the 11th floor. Oh, this is the 11th room. Jeez. And we have the wonderful bathroom, which I actually think is pretty nice. Now, the one different thing here that you'll see is there's actually a shower door, right? And now, if you sail on Carnival ships or the smaller ships, we know that you get those raggedy curtains that stick to your butt every single time you turn in the shower. Well, we don't have that problem. Well, you may stick to the glass, but you don't have that problem because you can fully enter in here, fully shut the door, and boom, and you can see out. Oh, I did a little echo in here. So I actually really like that factor because I like shower doors. So when I opened this bathroom for the first time, I was very, very surprised and also very happy. So we shut that here. We got the two beds here, which were together, and Richard and I had to get them separated, so they were together. We have two huge, big closets with a safe. Mine is the only one that's being used because Richard likes to live on the couch and live out of his suitcase. But we have everything here. I got some cool giveaways, bag of giveaways for trivia, maybe our show too as well. This is all Richard. This is pretty much all Richard. But hey, I want to show you the desk space. Look at this desk space. I mean, come on. Look at how much desk space they give you to work from. I mean, I know it's an absolute disaster. He's got like 17 different batteries, 2 laptops, and you have this big mirror. So in case you want to see yourself, get ready. You have this big mirror. And then 3 drawers of space. Boom. Hair dryer. Boom. A little mini fridge, which is awesome. Does anybody know what this is? My little secret. Guess what? I got that at 12 o'clock noon, and it's going to be eaten 12 o'clock tonight. Yes, that's Shaq's Big Chicken. And yes, I do a clamshell. And yes, I really do bring it back to my room. I tell you guys this, but then we snap over. Okay, so look at this. this is also pretty cool. If this door is open like so, your air conditioning automatically turns off. So if you want your air conditioning to work and you want to still see out, you have to close the door, right? So if somebody is out on your balcony, like I was out on the balcony before, Richard came out here, came over there, and he shut the door on me, and I thought he was trying to lock me out of the room. Obviously, didn't realize that I could flip it down, but it was because our AC went off. So that was also pretty cool. I've never experienced that. And to end the tour too, as well, this is something that he also pointed out, my roommate. I have never been ever been on a ship that makes you stick a fake key card. Yes, fake key card, because this is a Dania Beach casino card, and it still works. Because look, you can turn off all the lights. Oh, that's the bathroom light. Turn off all the lights and turn on all the lights. But you need some kind of card in here. Otherwise, this will beep and then the whole thing will shut off. But we're not going to do that. So, yeah. And then we have a ginormous TV, which we very rarely turn on. But I also wanted to say this is a really big TV for a stateroom. Usually it's like, I don't know, 19 inches like that, right there. And that's all you get. But this was a definitely a great room. Whoa, look at that. I learned something today. Hey! And that was your room tour, Scro. I'm gonna do a proper one. I'll do a proper one too before I leave. Tell you that selling point of why this cabin is gold. 5 steps away from gold. Oh, I think you're muted.
I do love that cabin. We got to tell Richard. Richard, you're gonna have to share some of that space. You got way too much for a 7-day cruise. But I don't know what all he has there.
He has
they make closets for a reason.
Both hours. So I have used all of the stuff that I've needed to use within his space here. He's got batteries. I've been charging my phone, and he's given me the glasses. So we're sharing. I mean, it is all his space, but yeah, he's got a lot of stuff.
Long lifters, welcome in. Long lifters, Scott McNeil, welcome in.
Hey, Scott
Appreciate
McNeil.
You being here.
Oh, I want to say something too about Scott McNeil. Not about Scott McNeil, but I saw somebody last night on the ship that I could have sworn would have been your doppelganger. If I can find a creepy way maybe to take a picture with this guy and show you, Scott, he looks exactly like you. I almost thought it was you. I almost went up to him after I found out, I think his name was Justin or Jason or something, that it wasn't Scott, but I thought it was you for so long. Beard and everything, same thing. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Kathy Mills, this is what we were talking about. If you need to concentrate to work, then where would you be able to do that other than your cabin, so you wouldn't be distracted by people or music? Do other cruise lines have designated areas?
That's what I'm saying.
It's tough. But again, I don't think enough people use it. Well, no, let me scratch that. People use it, but they probably think, hey, your cabin is good enough. What I do is I try to go to like one of the lounges that they're not using, like during the daytime. What would be nice, somebody was Mike Clark was doing a tour of the Icon last night. That I want, every time I see him do something from the Icon, I want to punch him. But that's a different story. This is me being jealous. But he was out and about, and they had chairs on like a promenade or a deck, and they had like chargers built in right there. So you go there, you could be on your laptop and be out in the public instead of in your cabin working.
That's pretty cool. That's something they don't have here. There's no outside port charges on the chairs or in the Serenity deck. That would be a really good idea, though.
You know where you can go? You can go Emeralds, the last row away from Dr. Ink's bar. There's a plug there, and then across the aisleway, there's like an employee door to like, I don't know where it goes, but right next to where the guitar players usually playing a lot. Yeah, there's a plug there that I use. Of course, when they're playing, you can't go down there, but that's where I wound up going, and that way I could, at least if I'm doing something on my computer, I can be around people.
Yeah, yeah.
Pedroza says, "Whoa, that's a lot of luggage." Yep, I mean, I live out of my luggage a lot of times too, but I get what I need. One side be like clean clothes, one side is dirty clothes. I slide it back under the bed, and then I pull it out. My chargers I keep lined up on top.
He was also here 4 days before I was, so.
Scott McNeil said, check where the life jackets are and see if anybody left a duck.
I went duck hunting today for like 2.5 hours, and I couldn't find any. And I saw 5 people find a duck like 5 steps before me. Lady was like, "There's one." I was just going. Never found a ship.
What did you have? It still there, Scott? Okay, you were frozen for a second. Do you have any life jackets in your room?
That's a good question.
Huh. Somebody didn't pay attention to the mustard drill.
Oh, they're somewhere.
Yeah, they're at your mustard. You see them?
Yeah. It says it where they are on the door. They're in the closet.
Wow, when I was there, they said the mustard. Maybe I was at that ship. Maybe I might get my ships confused. Because it could have been Seashore. The life jackets were at the muster station. I thought it was the Jubilee, but maybe it's the Seashore.
Oh yes, you were just on MSC. That's right. I forgot. Very, very, very similar. I've heard.
Yeah,
very similar.
Jennifer, welcome in.
Hello, Jennifer.
Jennifer said, no, they are at the MDR. Yeah, again, the life jackets for me, they said that they were at the muster station.
Well, maybe they are. I don't know. My vision's bad. I can't see anyway. You guys know that. I don't know. If I needed to find a life jacket, I'd know where it was.
Apparently you didn't.
I went to the muster drill. I did.
And they just said, okay, you're done.
Yeah, that's basically what they said. That's exactly what they said, Bill.
What? But again, see, that's what I'm talking about. Instead of like actually telling you what to do and how to do it, because that shocked me, because it's like, that's good to know. But the lady she sat us down and actually told us that.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about the entertainment? We're falling behind. What do you think about the entertainment?
That was the next E I was going to talk about, was entertainment. And on this ship, so I'll preface. I'll say there are 2 theaters, technical theaters on this ship. You have the Jubilee Theater, which is your big theater that your Family Feud is going to take place in. I believe there's a couple other things that end up going on in there, production shows at the end of the night. Kendall Fire is always in there introducing. So that is like kind of sort of your main theater in a way. And then you have the center stage, which when you're walking in the Grand Central from deck 8, 7, and 6, you have that whole view of center stage. And I don't know if we got the clip, Bill, but I was able to see a rehearsal today of what was it called? Carnival.
Real Carnival.
That was cool. That was cool.
Your video was set sideways. I wasn't able to turn it the proper way. It was.
We can watch it upside down too. It doesn't even matter. But I have gone to most of the entertainment, I'll say, in that center stage. I am more of your live music. I'm more of your 80s. I'm more of your oldies. The comedian, magician, I don't know. He didn't really excite me, so I left like halfway through. But then I got to see that Rio Carnival today. And even though I saw the entire thing rehearsal, I am going to go back and see it again at 7:30 because it was that good. It was that good. And people were there clapping. There was probably a couple hundred people there just watching the rehearsal. Kendall was there, the assistant cruise director. They were all there.
When I went on it, that was in the small theater. They didn't have the proper equipment for the main the center's Grand Central. So
Interesting.
I've never seen the Grand Central. So when you were showing, I'm like, man, look at the acrobats and everything. I wish I would have seen that.
So cool. And you can only catch it when they do those certain rehearsals. So they do one rehearsal every single day. I'm not sure if Rio Carnival is tonight or tomorrow. I think it might be tomorrow since they rehearsed it today. But either way, they've been rehearsing. You can kind of see it like in the middle of the day when most people are out at ports. But again, I haven't really gotten off the ship much, just today for like an hour. Yesterday, I didn't get off at all. I know I told you guys I love Roatan, but I didn't get off at all.
Scott, you don't have to take us with you, but I am curious. Can you check your closet to see if your life vests are in the closet?
Yeah.
Will G said they were in the closet.
Now, let me see. Let me see. Where are they?
The stage is still broken. I forget how long they said it was going to take for them to get that show put out there. That was going to be that along with Dear Future Husband.
Okay, so I did just read in small print, which is why I couldn't see it from here, in small print on the door that says, pick up your life jackets at your muster station.
Okay, because I think Will G said they were already in the stateroom. And if I'm not mistaken, he was just on the Jubilee, maybe?
Yes, you
I believe so.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. They're still working out. Scott, we need you to do the rope course. Together We Travel did it today, and he had like a GoPro on it. It was good. I would never do it, but it was good.
Oh, yeah, I'll do the bolt. I don't know if I'll do that ropes course. There's a part where you're literally dangling over the side of the ship. I know you got harnesses on, but you're dangling over the side of the. No, I don't know.
Dehannes, welcome in. Dehannes, appreciate you being here.
I didn't even know Together We Travel did it today. I have to go back and watch it.
He did. I told him to go buy you a watch too.
Yeah, he's really cool. Together We Travel and also Anthony on the Move are both on this ship, and I've met both of them many times. They are both awesome individuals. Will's wife is also a wonderful human being. I sat with them actually the other night at one of the production shows in the Grand Central center stage, and we just got to talking. Really, really good people. So glad they're on the sailing.
So, do you think the Jubilee, it was worth the hype? You know, I mean, we hyped it up. Carnival was hyping up. Do you think did it live up to expectation?
For me, yes. And I will say this. I've never been on a celebration, but my buddy Richard has. And he had made the statement that the celebration and the Jubilee are very much alike. And we also know the Mardi Gras is very much alike. So I think it really, really is going to come down to, if you want to go on one of these big flagships, one of these big XL class ships, it's really going to come down to location, right? If you look at the celebration is going to go out of Miami, right? For somebody that lives in Florida, it is going to cost you far less headache, far less traveling, and far less money to get yourself on the celebration rather than to the. If you want the whole Texas passenger count to be like 99%, you want to feel like you're in the South, you want to have the big Texas star in the front, you want Kendall Fire, sure, the Jubilee excitement is there. And I'm not saying that it's not there, but I'm saying I believe you can get the similar excitement on the celebration. And I'm going to go on the celebration later this year too.
Yeah. But no. You know what I would tell you to do? Go on the Mardi Gras. See, the Mardi Gras, they actually have a Mardi Gras parade and they pick a king and a queen. Doesn't that make that when you're theming a ship, Mardi Gras, and you select the king and the queen from the crowd and they do a big parade and they're jamming like you're really at Mardi Gras and the beads and everything. Tell me about Texas. Tell me what they had that was like Texas based, other than the star on the front of the ship and everybody wearing no, you probably didn't get a cowboy hat.
Nope.
But Mardi Gras, that's why, I mean, again, I love the food on the Jubilee. I thought it was probably the best, but that's why I skipped over Celebration, and Mardi Gras is my next favorite ship because I felt like it was more, it had a theme to it. I mean, you literally they had a one of the shows in the Grand Central area was a Mardi Gras parade, and with
Oh,
the
that's
king and the
awesome.
queen. And I mean, if I've never been to Mardi Gras, I felt like I was at Mardi Gras. I was down there jamming and playing my trumpet along with them. I mean, I thought it was something great for Mardi Gras.
That's awesome.
Celebration. I don't. There's nothing there that made me want to be on the celebration. Made me think of celebration. Made me other than a brand new ship. The Jubilee did a little bit more. I mean, they did have the star from Texas. They do have like a specialty pizza, was like a barbecue chicken pizza, I believe,
And
for
a
the ship.
Tex-Mex.
So, but other than that, nothing. And again, it's like you just made the same ship but put it in a different port.
Yep.
And the Mardi Gras actually, it had a Mardi Gras parade where you could have won being king and the queen, and you could have been king
passengers that they
passengers.
Cool.
They put them on chairs and they
cool.
did a lap around the floor 6, deck 6. I think deck 6. They did a lap with them, with the band, with the music playing, and people throwing beads. And it was not, nobody was flashing or anything like that, not that I know of. But I mean, it felt like a Mardi Gras. It felt like a parade. It felt like a party.
That's cool.
And
That's cool.
Yes. And I guess I don't know. I guess when I see these new ships, I want to know what do you bring special to the party from the last ship? And I think Carnival fell short with that. They had the opportunity. To me, they fell short.
Yep. On the excitement part, the unique selling point here on the Texas tailgate on I don't know if you experienced that, but the Texas tailgate fourth quarter, guess what? There wasn't even a football game, and they called it Texas tailgate fourth quarter, and guess what? It didn't even happen.
Yeah. I don't know. I was really disappointed in the Jubilee as far as like the entertainment. There was nothing. Well, the real Carnival is supposed to be new, and Dear Future Husband is supposed to be 2 new shows. But because they weren't ready, they didn't go to the main theater. They had them just like an old Carnival ship with none of the acrobatics and all the other good stuff. So, I mean, I missed out on it. Maybe they're going to be better later on.
I'll try to document because, again, we're getting that real Carnival. And I saw the Dear Future Husband, too. And I was like, what is that? I've never seen that before. So now I know that is unique to this ship. So I'll try to capture that, too, as well. But yeah, no, I don't think it's the entertainment, Bill, because I think the entertainment, well, for my cruise here is really good. I think it's just the excitement factor, right? Everybody that came on here that were looking for that unique Texas thing, it's not even there. Like we went to the Texas fourth quarter and there was just almost nobody there, and it didn't even happen. And it was on the ledger of the fun times of things to do, and it didn't even happen.
Yeah, I guess I would have wished they had a Journeys of Awakening. Long time no see, my friend. Welcome in. Appreciate you being here. I guess I would have wished they would have had something Texas based. Like Jennifer from Embarkation Nation. I think they said like Electronic Bull or something like that, or
yep,
rodeo night, or I mean, there just wasn't much entertainment.
Yep.
As far as like the again, I go back to the Mardi Gras. You actually had an hour-long Mardi Gras parade where you elected a king and a queen, and they're around on there. They got up and gave speeches. I felt like I was in Mardi Gras. I needed king cake.
Yep.
King cake is what they eat down in Mardi Gras.
Or how about like a Texas party with Kendall, right? Where it's like, kind of like that rodeo feel. And then she goes around and she puts Jubilee hats on certain guests and they get to come up and do the.
But not see again. No, that's not like something special. That's every night. That's the 80s glow party. Hey, it's an 80s glow party. Something unique for that ship. The Mardi Gras parade is unique for that ship. And I just changing the music to a little more Texas-based country music just didn't do it for me.
And not for me either, but
it did nothing. It did nothing for me. And having the star in the front of the ship did nothing for me. I know Texas is a proud state and all that other stuff. Other than me getting off the ship, coming back on the ship, I don't even see the star.
Makes me wonder about the Mardi Gras now, Bill. You piqued my ears up about that one. I mean,
it's only a one night thing, you know. So again, is it worth changing ships for that one night? But it felt like if you know, with things around the ship, people having the beads on, and they have a Mardi Gras parade of going on, not just right in the theater. It went around the ship, and I mean, people just really got into it. Will G says, I think Dear Future Husband is for the Jubilee Theater, not center stage. Okay.
I'll have to check it out either way. I'll get myself in there, and hopefully they won't tell me I can't record, because they told me I couldn't record a Family Feud yesterday, which hilarious. Yeah,
that I think it's copyrighted, so you can't do that. The shows, a lot of them don't mind you recording the shows, but the Family Feud, they frown on it. Jennifer,
they had that rented. If you look at that Family Feud setup, that is the exact setup and the exact animatronics from the Carnival, from the Family Feud. They rented that copyright, and I know this, Richard told me, but they rented this copyright from Family Feud, and that is why it's so good. If you've ever seen the new Family Feud on M1 the XL class ships, it's literally like being in the live audience of a Family Feud, depending on the cruise director, but you know, it's Lee or Kendall, so you know, they got the. She did a good job last night on the dirty one. She did a good job. It was funny.
Jennifer from Embarkation Nation is, I think, the Star of the Seas, it's going to be the newest ship later on for Royal Caribbean. Needs to come to Galveston, and we just have a whole set of stars. Yeah,
you can have it. You can have the Star of the Seas.
Again, I understand Texas, and it probably would be a good location because it would help get people from the West Coast down to Texas, because it's kind of like mid-country. But please, I hope, please don't be down in Galveston. Nothing personal, Jennifer. But again, I mean, I don't know if the hype for the Jubilee was. I was excited to get on it, but I don't know if it led up or lived up to the my expectation of it. There just wasn't enough different about it that made me like, wow, the Mardi Gras. I mean, again, you got me talking about the Mardi Gras and the Mardi Gras parade. There's nothing I would say about the Jubilee that I would say, hey, Scott, the Jubilee, you got to go on it for this reason, that reason. There's just nothing I would say.
Yep. And the only reason why I haven't is because I've never been on an XL class ship. So for me, this is all new. But until I get myself on the Celebration, which I will later this year, and get myself on the Mardi Gras, which hopefully maybe not later this year, but maybe next year, then I can compare all three. And I'll probably have a very similar feeling about all three ships once I see how similarly they are laid out. But again, my last cruise ship was the Valor, and then before that it was the Luminosa, and then before that it was the Dream, and then the Elation, and now we're getting even older in the Imagination, and then I'm going on the Paradise later this year, so that's even older. So I'm an old ship guy. What can I say?
The Paradise, is it still? Never mind.
I don't know. It might have a hole in the bottom. Let's hope it's still floating by October.
Actually, I love all cruise ships, and it might sound like I'm bashing this ship. I'm not bashing it. It's my favorite Carnival ship, the Jubilee. But they didn't do anything. They didn't do anything different. If you took the Serenity area from the Mardi Gras, the Celebration, and Jubilee and put them all next to each other, you couldn't point it out because they were the exact same.
Exact same. Yep.
The bars are still the exact same. Instead of the Golden Jubilee, it's now the Golden Mermaid.
Yep.
A couple of different ornaments. I mean, everything was just like kind of the same. The bands are in the same spots. I mean, it literally was plug and play, and that's my disappointment with the Jubilee.
Yep. And everybody thinks in our Jubilee now that Pig and Anchor is because they have it like a Texas feel when you walk in with the smoker. Nope. Same thing on the Celebration and same thing on the Mardi Gras.
Right.
It's exactly the same. So I've heard.
you would have thought, I mean, okay, with Texas base, well, let's get like a restaurant just here from Texas. Let's get a real steak. I mean, Texas is all about their meat as far as steaks and all this. Let's do something special. Nope. I mean, they just missed the boat on that.
Missed the ship, no pun intended.
They did. Jennifer says, I was excited for Jubilee until Clark took me on a tour of the icon of the. Clark took me on a tour, or took us on a tour of the icon of the seas last night, and that was impressive. But I will say that it is the first of that class of ship. So you have nothing to compare it to. I guess I would like to look at the other Oasis class ships, and then did they just do a cookie cutter of all the Oasis class ships, or did they add something new and take something away? I mean, Carnival they did none of that. Nope. Nothing that I'm aware of.
But hey, what new for me? I'm still gonna walk around and shiny new shoes, baby.
I enjoyed the ship. My disappointment about the Jubilee is that it only has one itinerary. And, well, that's why it's nothing against Texas. I don't want to cruise out of Texas. I've done it, and the itinerary that they go on, it's the same.
Yep. The bigger the ship, the more the same the itinerary is going to be, because there's only so many ports, a dozen and a half ports that these big, huge ships can go into, and then there's some ports that they can go into that are starting to say no because it's going to be over tourism and marine life. You're killing us with your LNG, even though it's better, your LNG carbon footprint, and they're saying nope.
Well, but even like the Icon, it has Eastern and Western. I mean, they went to St. Kitts, St. Thomas, and probably the private island. I'm not sure exactly where it went, but again, different islands. And then they do the Cozumel and Costa Maya on the western side. But again, you got to mix it up. If I want to say you want to do a back-to-back, well, if you do a back-to-back on the Icon, you're going to have probably at least 6 different ports.
Mm-hmm. Probably
if you do out of Texas, you're getting the same ports. You get the exact same cruise.
Same cruise. And
it's just a not the best cruising port to go to if you cruise a lot.
Right. A lot of these are all of these are wash, rinse, and repeat for me. I just haven't been to Costa Maya in a really long time. So
yeah, I've heard on somebody's show today that Corpus Christi might become a cruise port, or was I dreaming? I haven't heard that. It might. The question, it depends on what kind of what size ship they can have, because you have Tampa, Jacksonville, New Orleans. They can only take the certain size ships. Like Mardi Gras ship in New Orleans would have been ideal.
They might be moving one of the smaller ships down there, like the Dream or something like that, to make a room for maybe that Star of the Seas or something, because the Dream now goes out of Galveston. It looks this small compared to the Jubilee. Honestly, It's right behind us. It looks like a nerd.
Bye, Emily. Thanks for being in here. Appreciate it. Destination Fun. She's been saying this all night. But again, I agree with. They put a star in the front.
They did. That's
and
different.
The part that gets me crazy is how people went crazy for that. Mm-hmm. And when I went to the ribbon cutting, and it's Texas and the star, and it's Texas based, and Kendall is from Texas,
deep in the heart of Texas,
and the ship itself, nothing Texas. I mean, other than Kendall being from Texas,
and the star.
I'm sorry, barbecue chicken pizza and Tex-Mex pizza. The first cruise they gave us hats, so I mean cowboy hats. But again, that was the first cruise only.
Yeehaw!
Maybe it might have been second cruise too, but I'm not sure.
Now
but again,
$75 for that same hat, which I'm not paying.
They're rebuilding a bridge that can. They are rebuilding a bridge that can accommodate cruise ships. What port is that?
Maybe she's talking about the Corpus Christi.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully. Well, again, Carnival, and that's my complaint with Carnival is all their ships. Their big thing was when they moved the Red Frog bar and made it a pub. That was their big move. But everything else, it's all in the same spot. I don't care what size ship it is, it's all in the same spot. And again, just some imagination when you're designing the ship. So there's the next ships that they build. I hope they still, whoever is designing ships for like Royal, for MSC, I hope they steal those guys, because Carnival is there's like no imagination.
I mean, and then you have, MSC coming out with the World America next year, or
again
next year. So
MSC has right now the best looking ships that I've been on. They're better. I've been on 2 of them, and I like both of them probably better than the Jubilee. I don't like the food, and I didn't like the shows necessarily well enough to make it number 1 on my list. But as far as the ships, I loved MSC. I loved it. Felt new. They had too many mirrors on it, and I was bumping into walls. But I loved. Okay, I really didn't bump into the walls, but I had to put a hand up to make sure it was a door, not a mirror. But I really enjoyed it. Now I will say that, well, the Meraviglia was more like it had the promenade, kind of reminded me of a Royal Caribbean. And then the Seashore, it was more like a Carnival ship where they had an atrium that went up 3 or 4 decks and had entertainment down there and playing music. But again, it felt newer. It felt different.
Yeah,
I haven't been on enough of their ships, so it could have been a factor that it was just all brand new to me.
Which may find myself on that World America next year too. So stay tuned for the details.
I do. I really want to do that.
So might have a way on that ship.
They added a water park. They started making more kid-friendly water parks. But even that MSC Seashore, they had some amazing water parks for kids. It felt like you were at a real water park. Yep. It wasn't like just painted red and white and throw up a sign of Dr. Seuss on it. They had like a theme with the octopus and the rope course for the kids on a pirate ship. It was I loved it. If I had to take my daughter on a cruise ship, I probably would take her on the Seashore.
The water park on the Jubilee too is a little expanded too. I mean, it may not be the best, but it is something. It is definitely better than Perfect Day at Coco Cay, where you go off and they charge you $200 for that same water park on land. Am I wrong?
It is. I mean, again, people pay it at Coco Cay, but again, you can do other things. You can do other things there at Perfect Cay, but Carnival's New Island. I mean, Carnival's New Island. That's Perfect Day at Coco Cay 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Carnival. You couldn't think in the future and do something different. You're giving me like an adult area on the island, a kids area on the island, a shopping area on the island. Really? That was you thought about this for 10 years, and that's what you came up with. Two slides it looked like.
2 sides.
Now there might be if it's free, I got you. That seems like something you could have built on Half Moon Cay
or Costa Maya.
You probably want to have some place where you can actually port instead of having to be tender in.
Yep.
Hey, Laura, Huddle Adventures, welcome in. Appreciate you guys being here. You probably want a port where you can actually port the ship, so you don't have to use tenders. But again, where's the vision? Where's your flow rider at? Where's your whatever? So where's your something different? Don't tell me, well, we got an adult only area and a family area and a shopping area and whatever other 2 areas they had.
Well, so does every other port.
So does every other port. I can go to Amber Cove right now and do the same thing.
Yep. And however, I went out in Costa Maya today to get some coffee and some other giveaway things. And guess what I saw on Costa Maya's island? A flow rider. Huh.
Right.
Which cruise company invested a bunch of money to make Costa Maya what it is? We know our royal friends know, Royal Caribbean. That Costa Maya was built by Royal Caribbean. Sorry to spoil it for you guys, but it was. It's true. That's why they feel so safe, right? You can anywhere you go off in that little port area, you can see the ship, and then do that for a reason. They do that for a reason. They want to make you feel like it's authentic as you walk through the shops. And
Will G says they could have gone east. Destination Fun. That's when it comes. That's when it comes to it's about the ship and not the port.
Yes, for me, that's what this cruise was. All about the ship. I don't care if I get off once. I didn't even care if I got off once. If my coffee didn't get taken, I would have not gotten off the ship.
I agree with Will G. Once is enough to do that itinerary, and I already did it on the celebration. Well, and that's the problem with what's my motivation to go to Galveston, to go to what ports? It has to be for the ship. Well, you just gave me the same ship that's in Port Canaveral and Miami. So I mean, why am I going to Texas? And I don't get it.
Yep. And that's the same thing that I'm saying about the celebration. Yes, I mean, I might be able to do something similar like this with Richard to go on the celebration. But again, right, I have to take myself from all the way from Arizona and go all the way to Florida, right? And now, yes, I could pair that and go and see my parents, or I can go to New York. But again, it's just so much of a longer travel than me hopping on a 2-hour flight to Texas, because I live in Arizona, and getting on this ship, right? If I wanted to do it again, let's just say, right? The only other draw, right? If I wanted to meet Lee, or if I wanted to meet the cruise director on the Mardi Gras, right? Now you're talking about different external things that would bring you to that ship. You know, I don't know if Kendall would technically bring me back to the ship. I think she's a great cruise director, but I've had really good cruise directors on smaller ships. I have.
Well, Kendall, I mean, she's maybe top 5, maybe. I mean, again, she's good.
I think
most of them are good. But yeah, you have well, he's no longer there. Flying Scotsman.
I know.
Lee, Jackie Tang.
Yeah,
I like
Leon,
him.
TJ,
and Andy Mercer. I really liked him. But again, I spent 23 days with him on Trans-Pacific. But very friendly, very personable. I like him. I could see him being like the next up and coming cruise director. So I don't know.
I would say I would like to at least meet Lee, because I follow him on social, you know, and I just want to kind of see if he's the same person. I don't know if that one thing would make me go all the way to the celebration, other than, you know, the casino deal that I'm on. But I will go out and say I do want to meet Lee. You know, I've followed him for a long time. I know he's a good friend to Coach Cruz. I watch Coach Cruz, and, you know, he just seems like a really good guy. So, you know, I'd like to meet Lee. But
he is.
Is it going to bring me to the celebration?
I mean, and he
maybe.
Lee always has a smile on his face, always ready to meet people, always walking around the ship. And Kendall is like that too. Again, it's nothing personal against Kendall. She's good. Kathy Mills does Corpus
for the Mardi Gras that you had. Did they have a special?
I think when I went on the Mardi Gras, I think it was Flying Scotsman.
Oh, okay. Must have
and
been.
then Lee he was the cruise director for Celebration.
Okay.
Does Kathy Mills, does Corpus Christi
I'm sorry,
have a bridge that would limit the size like the other ports, Tampa and Jacksonville? Will G says they were giving them out on still on the cruise, probably the hats, probably. Jennifer says, Kathy Mills, they have been dredging here to make the channel deeper. And then the bottom of the new bridge is higher. Oh, so that's what the new bridge, Corpus Christi, is higher than the top of the current bridge. They are trying to get ships here. Okay. That would be different. But again, you're probably still talking about the same ports, unless you're going on longer than a 7-day cruise. Hopefully not. I don't know enough about the geography of Texas to know how far Corpus Christi is from Galveston. Jennifer says there have been some. Jennifer says there have been some protests, and the international airport here only has 5 terminals and lack of hotels, so it takes some structure to get it ready. Okay,
makes sense.
Julian Brady will be on World America. Can't wait for that.
Your
yes,
friend,
Jennifer. Thank you for all the information.
your friends with no pants, their Aunt June will be there right with you too as well. So
Icon looks big enough to have my lazy river on, and that's what my older lazy self would enjoy. Yes. If you don't care about getting off the port, the Icon, the Jubilee, you can stay on there and entertain yourself for the entire day. Yansu vlog, welcome in, Yansu. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, you could definitely. I mean, these ships are getting so big now where a lot of them are becoming a destination. My only problem with the Carnival ships are they just haven't changed them. They made the exact same ship. Now you got the exact same ships in three different ports. So now it's all about the itinerary because, well, Scott, if you're just looking for the cruise ship, you can go to Texas because it's the same.
It's close. The panorama even closer. But I mean, not the same class. It's not the same class. It's one, but still.
RMS, well, thanks for coming in. Have a good night, guys. See you on the next one. Mona. Okay, I got to remember that Mona. That's Mona.
I told her I got to get myself on. She. I don't know. She's thinking about coming on the first leg of the Icon with us. I told her she's a big Royal cruiser.
World America or Icon? World America or Icon?
No, the Icon with us, the Royal Caribbean that we're doing later. I told her the details. She's gonna.
When are you going on the Icon?
With you, not Icon. Sorry, what's the other one? The Utopia that we're going on. I'm sorry, I'm getting them all mixed up.
Utopia. Oh, I'm right. I said World America. Okay, Utopia. Yeah. Okay.
So she's thinking about it, or at least I put it in her head. So
Utopia. Yep.
So much fun. That's what I meant. I'm sorry.
I was just as bad. I was saying World America, and I canceled. I literally canceled that.
I haven't had a sip of alcohol. I had a few sips at the tiki bar to help kick off Richard's tiki bar review today, but I am not lying. I have had almost no sips of alcohol, maybe 2 to sample his drinks.
So what are you waiting on?
Well, after this live, I woke up today with that cruise belly that you get like 4 days in of after like relentlessly drinking and eating the cruise food, and Nana's meatballs last night were just like, oh wow, we got some good food. And then I woke up this morning like.
Well, for me, that's every day. So
yeah. And I have no coffee. I haven't had coffee in 3 days because the drug dogs thought my coffee was drugs. I don't know. Beaver nuggets. They thought they were drugs. I don't know. They took my coffee because it was in a bag. It was organic coffee.
Really?
Yes, and I make my own coffee. You guys all see. I make my pour over, so I got the little things that I put the coffee. Oh, I was so upset, and I cannot. I'm sorry, Carnival. I cannot drink your coffee. It is awful.
Who they took it when they did the X-ray of your suitcase?
So I walked past the little doggy, and the doggy sat. And I got taken into, the side room. They took all my stuff. Richard's got shorts of it. And they took all my stuff out and they found my coffee. And they say, okay, what's this? I said, it's organic coffee. Please don't take it from me. You might think I'm crazy. I make my coffee every single day, which one of the non-negotiables. I have to have single origin, non-organic coffee. I have these little pods in there. I'll show you. I put the coffee in, I put the water in every day. Well, it's not in a like a name bag. It's in a Ziploc bag. It doesn't say the brand of the coffee. So if this had Folgers on it and it was in a Folgers bag, you guys would let me take it? They said, I mean, Folgers isn't organic, but they said, yeah. And I said, so you're going to take my half a pound of coffee, my organic coffee from me, and I can't make coffee on the cruise? They said, yes. And we're on camera. So if we put it back in your bag, we're going to get in trouble. And they let me take the beaver nut.
Scott's going on a rant.
Sorry. I haven't had coffee in 2 days. But yeah, so I woke up with bubble guts this morning, and I decided today was my morning, afternoon without alcohol. I went out and customized, didn't have a drop of alcohol. I bought some souvenirs and giveaways and coffee for sure. And what else did I buy? Oh, sunscreen. Had to buy sunscreen. And now into the night I will go.
Kathy Mills says, I think it's interesting that Royal is bringing out another Oasis class ship after the Icon, possibly the same as the others. I haven't been on. I'm going on my first Oasis class ship in April, but yes, the Utopia. I can't wait to try that one, a new one. And again, and they're thinking outside the box. Now here's a brand new Oasis class ship on a 3-day cruise. Mind blown. Mind blown. MSC did the same thing. Seashore, which is a newer ship, probably 19 or 2021, sometime like that. A 3-day cruise. Unbelievable that they think like that. Hopefully it's different. I'm going on Allure of the Seas, and I heard it hasn't had the upgrade yet.
Oh.
So I don't know what that means. I still think I'm going to love the ship. I just don't know what that means because I don't know anything about Royal and the Oasis class ships. Jennifer says, Jennifer, how many direct flights are there into Corpus Christi? And what is the nearest major airport to Corpus Christi?
Now, the one drag I would say about the whole Texas thing, and even though it's closer to me, the two airports that are here, IAH and Hobby for the Galveston port, both are sort of a pain in the rear end to get yourself from either one of those airports to the terminal. It's not like Miami International where it's right around the corner. It's not the right line that you can hop that will take you straight down to the port. So you have to rely on outside shuttles and transportation, be it if you book it through Carnival, if you do Galveston Express, if you do Moms by the Texas border, or what Texas was something like that, or whatever it is. You have to rely on one of those external shuttles to take you an hour and a half or 45 minutes from that airport to the port. So I will say that could be for me one of the deciding factors of coming back and going out of Texas, because I myself only get nonstop flights to IAH from Phoenix, which means I have to take the hour and a half, 45-minute shuttle all the way to the port, which I did, which was cool. But then again, if I think, okay, if I take the hour and a half more flight to Miami, and then I could just hop on there and take an Uber or take the Bright Line, and boom, I'm right there. That's almost less of a headache. Same ship, I know, same ship, but almost less of a headache traveling.
Well, I fly Delta. Delta doesn't have a direct flight into Hobby.
Oh, yeah.
So that means I have to stop in Atlanta and then go to the. I mean, it was really a pain.
Yeah.
45 minutes. Well, we're looking at Port Canaveral to MCO or Orlando. Even though when I got off the cruise ship this time in Port Canaveral, they had Port Canaveral.
Boop,
Airport Canaveral. They had all these shuttles lined up right at the port with signs and everything, and $25 from the port to the airport. And $25, I mean, the Ubers were looking between $60 and $90. I had one at $60, but by the time I got off the ship, it had gotten up to $90. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this is going to kill me. A $90 Uber ride to the airport. And they had a $25 trip and took me right there. It was easy peasy. That was perfect. That is a lifesaver right there.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter, matter of fact, the Allure of the Seas goes out of Port Canaveral. So I'm have the family. Hey, I don't know how you guys are getting to the airport or whatever. This is the way I'm doing it. I haven't looked. He said that they had shuttles from the airport to the terminal, but since I'm not going to the terminal, I'm trying to talk my daughter into staying near. She wants to go to the port area, but I kind of want to go to Disney Universal Studio if we spend a day there. So since I'm down there, I wanted to kind of do that. So if I can talk her into doing that, I'll stay around MCO.
Got it.
And then go in the morning, or we'll see. But that's a personal issue. Destination Fund has posted the group cruise for Mike Clark's group cruise, a Facebook page for the Utopia of the Seas that we're all on. Anybody who's anybody is going to be on that cruise. Utopia of the Seas is a 3-day cruise from the 16th through the 13th through the 16th, and then there's a 4-day cruise. There's 2 different group cruises. 16th through the 20th. I'm going to be on the 3-day cruise because I have another cruise after that. But a lot of people are staying for both legs of that group cruise, which would be a lot of fun.
I am also only doing that first. I don't have a cruise afterwards, but I am also only doing that first leg. And I think that will be the first cruise, if we don't make it happen before then, that you and I will actually be on together rather than one of us being somewhere one week and one being on another cruise next week, and it just being different ships.
Kathy Mills, Bill, I will be on my first one too, Allure, in May. Since it's my first in that class, I won't know I'm missing some upgrades. And Kathy, I feel the same way. I won't know what I'm missing on the ship because I've never been on one. But just looking at like the Oasis class ships, I think I'm gonna love it. I think they're gonna become like my favorite ships. Right now, it's MSC, but they seem like they're based kind of on the earlier Royal Oasis class ships. Jennifer's talking to Scrolls Nuts. I'm not quite sure. Scrolls Nuts about Corpus. Corpus is really expensive, so we fly out of San Antonio or Houston. Okay. Hey, Faxon Trey, welcome in. Appreciate you being here. So we've been going on for well over an hour and a half, but was it worth it, Scott? You're on a cruise right now. It's not over yet. Was it worth it to you? You had to fly all the way down here to Texas. You had to fly all the way down here. Was it worth it?
For me, I will say it was worth it. It was definitely worth it for my first XL class experience. I am going to try to get myself on the other ships so I can do that fair review and basically tell you that all 3 of the ships are the same cookie cutter XL class ships. But I still want to have that experience for myself before I don't do it again. But for me, since I only have sailed on those smaller, tinier ships, it was worth it because I don't know what else I'm missing, which I'm not really missing much from what I hear from Warmstrong, but I don't know what else I'm missing because this is my first experience, and it's much like that first-time cruiser experience Keone had on the Valor, which I remember that experience. But
well, I mean, again, just what you're experiencing now is what's going to be on the other ships.
Yeah,
as far as the Mardi Gras, the Jubilee, they had the best food. Mardi Gras. They had they had a Mardi Gras parade, which is, I mean, nothing big, but it was like a night of entertainment. Mardi Gras, everybody's drinking and throwing beads and King and the Queen and playing all that the jazz, New Orleans jazz down there. I mean, it was a vibe for that night that I really enjoyed. The Jubilee, brand new ship. I enjoyed it. The food was good. The entertainment was decent. Again, they're still working out the kinks on the entertainment. Well, when I was on it, they were working out the kinks still, but I still enjoyed it. Journeys with June and Brady. If you're still in here, okay, I'm going to tell you what my secret will be. You're going on Panorama, so that's Carnival. Carnival is probably going to offer a shuttle from the airport to the port. So stay near the airport. Find a hotel that has a free shuttle to the airport. Take that shuttle to the to your hotel, and then take the shuttle back to the airport and get on a Carnival shuttle. And it's probably $30 per person.
Yep, $35. You do have to schedule it before, so I don't know.
You do schedule ahead of time.
Schedule it ahead of time, yeah, for sure.
But that's to save money. As far as if it's $120 and if it's $30, you save $60. But again, I mean, you do have to go back to the airport. Yeah, I mean, it's a struggle. So it depends on how much $60 is worth to you.
Yep. And also there may be, I don't know, I'm not 110% sure, Aunt June, but the LAX may have something like Galveston has, like a Galveston Express. I'm not sure if it's LAX Express or LA Express, but I would at least Google it and entertain the thought because my ride from Galveston, from IAH to Galveston, which was an hour and 45 minutes, was only $35 plus tip.
Oh, that's nice.
$35, and they fit 1, 2, 3, were like 12 of us in. It was a little stuffy, not gonna lie, but they fit like 12 of us in this van, and $35 each.
But
And
you did the no. You did the flying the day of.
I did. And I never advise anybody to do that. I definitely was stressed out. There was a point in time where the shuttle was actually late, like 15 minutes late. But all of us were like, oh, is it going to come? Is it going to come? Should we call? Are you going to call? Am I going to call? Who? We're all looking at each other, like looking at our phones, like ready to press, like Galveston Express, like, hello. And then 15 minutes after that, it pulled up. He said, oh, sorry, there was a little traffic, which I knew because the whole shut down. But he was like, I actually went around, and some people found out that around route. So, yeah, he was a little late. We still got to the ship well in time. But again, don't do that, because he could have been really late and I could have missed the ship, and a lot of things could have happened. But there are some times when you just have to do it. You have no choice. I couldn't get the extra day off. I tried, right. I fought, I kicked, I screamed, but I couldn't get it off. So it is what it is. But I'm here. So
you made it. Randy says, or Scrosnut says, Scott, does Frontier or Allegiant fly to Hobby?
I will not fly Frontier, and I was tantalized with a $49 flight directly to IAH from. It does not go directly to Hobby, by the way, but I was tantalized by a $49 flight from Frontier, and they were going to charge me $125 for my bags, and I said no. For my backpack and for my carry bag. And this was before. It was actually going to be more if I didn't do any of the checking in online and all that. And I said, well, now this is $175, and now with United, I'm actually flying cheaper, even though it looks like it's not. It looks like it's $100 more. It wasn't. So that's why I won't fly Frontier.
Yeah. Jeffrey says, I feel like the Jubilee is a good transition for us to NCL and Royal. Yeah. I think it is. I mean, again, the Jubilee it's a good ship. It's a great ship.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a little behind in the times, to me, but it puts you in a certain price range. Because I was talking earlier to some people. Do I want to do a $500 per person Jubilee, or do I want to do a $2,000 per person for a Royal Icon, for Wonder of the Seas, for Star of the Seas? So again, do I want to do one cruise or 3 other cruises? And I mean, those are the kind of things that you have to take into consideration. My only problem is, again, with Texas, even if they brought like one of the newer ships down there, Star of the Seas, I probably only do it once and probably never get off the ship.
Yep.
Because there would be no change in the itinerary. You definitely would know exactly where you're going almost every cruise. I wouldn't do a back-to-back because you just go to the same ports. The Mardi Gras, I did a back-to-back on a Mardi Gras, did an Eastern and a Western. So I'm on it for 2 weeks. I got 6 different ports.
Yep.
So.
And that's like this for me. I could care less if I got off the ship at all. I would, I'm just trying to get as much of the ship recorded, much of the experiences, much as the unique things that I can, that I may or may not get to experience again. So I am excited to put it up against. I know it's not the same class, but I'm excited to see the Utopia of the Seas and what I think versus the Jubilee. I know they're not the same class, but in my mind, it would be interesting as far as my first-ish Royal Caribbean experience since being 21, what that really brings. And hey, I might like Carnival better. Who knows? I may like Royal better. Who knows? They may steal me.
I think I'm gonna like Royal better. But I don't like Royal's prices better. So I might gamble a little bit on Royal to see if they, what kind of discounts I can get and things like that. But we'll see. Judah Brady, they're flying in early and staying at Queen Mary, which is right at the port.
That's right.
I wonder if you could catch, because it's right next to the port. So if there's a cruise ship going out of that day, catch a ride with one of the. They probably have a list of who's on the ship though.
Mm.
They're driving the day before. Destination Fun. We are on it before you. Darn it. Have a great cruise. Kathy Mills and Destination Fun are going on the Allure about the same time in May.
And also, Aunt June too. A lot of those
we got off the radiance
pick you up from external places. Like I was going to stay a day before at a hotel, and Galveston Express would have picked me up from that hotel and would have picked me up from the airport, and then also brought me that same day to my hotel, and then they would have came back for another $35 to take me to the port. So I mean, $70 versus $120, still a savings, but they will pick you up at your hotel or the Queen Mary or wherever. Just to say, sorry to cut you off.
Oh no problem. Scrolls says we got off the Radiance a month ago in Long Beach and took the Carnival bus to LAX, $35 each, and the driver dropped everyone off at the individual airlines. Yeah, a lot of times if I can do the Carnival shuttle, I try to do that now. Yep. Only time I don't do it is if I have an early flight and I got to get there early. Right. I don't have time for them to fill up the bus. So usually I try to do the Carnival. I mean, I like it.
Reliable. They get you there on time. They work for Carnival, so
they get you there on time.
Of course they will. It's a cruise ship. I definitely will. You know, I joke about them stealing me just because I have so many friends that work on Carnival. So I was joking.
Well, Scott, it's been a pleasure. Oh,
yeah.
I check in for my cruise tonight, midnight.
Oh,
going to Hawaii.
10:30 slot.
Cruise. Say it one time.
10:30 slot. That first slot.
I'm trying to get the first. I always try to get the first slot. And it's out of Long Beach. So we're speaking about Long Beach because I was actually looking at hotels. My goal is I'm thinking about staying near the airport.
Okay.
And doing a shuttle back and taking the Carnival shuttle to the port the morning of.
Oh, okay.
So that's what I'm thinking about. I haven't decided yet. Some of the prices I've seen, they were crazy.
That's
I forget
right?
what day it is. Say again?
16 days that you're going on that one?
15 days.
15. Ooh, that's going to be a good one.
It should be. I mean, a lot of sea days. It's like 5 sea days to get to 4, maybe 4 sea days to get to Hawaii, and then like 4 ports, then 3 or 4 days to get to Ensenada, the international port, and then back to Long Beach.
Wow, that's going to be amazing. I'm excited to see those vlogs.
Oh my goodness, I just want to get on there and just relax. I've been running too much. I just got back from Vegas. So I've just been running too much.
That's right, you did.
What else is going on with your channel?
So with my channel, I have some more shorts, obviously, going to be coming out this week. I will be putting out the reviews as quickly as possible. I have 2 of them to edit. Again, I took myself to Emeralds last night, and I'll tell you a secret. Emeralds has the best wings on the Jubilee. But I'll let only the people in here know that until they watch my review. But took myself to Emeralds last night. I also took myself to Cucina del Capitano. I am trying to review as many things as possible. If you guys want to put some things in the comments that you would like to see reviewed, if you have gone on the Jubilee and didn't get a chance to, let me know, and I will definitely try to review it for you. If you want to see any show reviews, if you want to see anything that you know that's on the Jubilee that you didn't also get to experience, let me know, and I'll try my very best to give you the clear and honest review on those. But basically, a lot of Jubilee content coming out on my page in this next week.
Yeah, I saw your short and I posted Banana Foster.
Yes.
I meant to do it when I was on it. I forgot. I had some friends with me and I had like $80 credit. So we're out there trying to figure out what are we going to get? What are we going to get? So I'm trying to make sure they get whatever they wanted. And I mean, we really only got up to about $60. Wow. It's like, well, we got to find something. Well, can we get drinks? Can we get this? Well, you get whatever you want. So we wound up spending it. And then I sat down. I'm like, oh, shoot. I forgot the Banana Fosters.
Oh, all right.
So I need you to try it out for me. I've never had it. People say it's good on that.
I got you. I will say I'm not a big dessert person, but if there is one dessert that's in like my top 10, banana Fosters is definitely in that top 10. So I don't think I'll have a problem reviewing that one. I love banana Fosters if they do it good. So
Okay, well for me, all I have going on is I'm gonna do banter with Bill tomorrow. I'm not sure what the topic is. I'm gonna when I get off here, I'm gonna think about it.
okay.
I want to talk about Vegas. I don't know if people want to hear me talk about Vegas, but I love Vegas. I hate Vegas. Vegas on the Strip is getting so expensive now.
Oh, I bet.
And I play blackjack, and the rules are just terrible on the Strip. And I mean, I'm talking about playing, $25 a hand. Did I play? I might have played $50 a hand at one point, and the rules were just terrible.
Ooh.
So I went downtown, and it's the older hotels, and I know a lot of people probably wouldn't stay at these places, but they had great gambling, cheaper food. I like the vibe downtown better than it reminds me of like old school Vegas.
Oh, okay. Did you
So,
go home
anyway,
the winner?
Yeah, well, I don't know about that. My son did. He's a card counting blackjack wizard.
Okay.
We'll see how long that lasts, but we had a blast down there.
That's awesome.
He wanted to stay another night, and we probably should have stayed another night. But I said, no, I got to get back. I said I got to get back, and I was going to plan on like getting all this set up and talking to you, and I got back, and I mean the jet lag hit me so hard because I took like a midnight, like the midnight red eye, and I couldn't sleep. There was a baby crying on the airplane. It was just hard to sleep, so I wound up sleeping the whole day away yesterday, and it was a mess.
Oof.
So, tomorrow I'm going to be talking about Kathy Mills. I will be talking about Hawaii tomorrow because I check in tonight, so that's going to be a big thing. And again, this is not part of my group cruise, but the group cruise is coming in 2025, February 2025. So about one year away from that date. So we'll be talking about that. Julian Brady says we always say. I had a deal that I had to use. It was a casino deal, and I had to sign up for it before January 28th.
Okay.
And I picked like the longest cruise that they had within the United States, and it was a 15-day Hawaii cruise, and it was the drink package isn't included.
Nice.
So I got an ocean view room and the drink package, and the cruise was $100. I had paid for two, so it's $200, but I get it back in onboard credit. So basically a free cruise.
Yep. And drinks everywhere or just drinks in the
casino? Everywhere. So I don't even need to go to casino. So when I go to the show, drink. I'm at the comedy club, drink. I'm at the bar, lit the piano bar, drink. Anybody else need it? As long as I don't drink up 15. Drink. Anybody else need a drink? Drink.
Yep.
So I had to take advantage of that, and that's what I did.
It's a wonderful thing.
It is. I've never had that before. And now I got to go back and look and see exactly how much I gambled for them to give that to me. My goodness, I went overboard. I do remember that. I do remember going overboard. But I had a blast. I had a blast, and I was on it with my buddy, the Grinch.
Oh yeah,
and she loved the Buffalo slots. So I played slots. Buffalo. So I did. I went overboard.
Oh, don't get me into slots. I'll start talking about Valencia Street and China Street. Oh, I won $43 yesterday on Valencia Street. Oh, San Francisco Street. They have a different one over here. San Francisco, China, and Valencia. So yeah, I won it on San Francisco. Uncle Brady.
Well, where did I go? Vegas and I think Seashore. They had the ultimate the fireball thing, but it had a worse payout. It was I didn't like it. I like the regular fireball one. I like that one. This one, it was the ultimate fire link or whatever it's called. And I didn't like it.
I found a rooster one I like too. I know this probably, we're getting into off topic, but I think it's like prosperous rooster or something like that, but you need 6 eggs or 6 pearls instead of 4. And I always get thrown off because I see 4 and I'm like, yeah. And everyone's like,
no, most of them you have to have 6.
Yeah, 6, but it's still a cool game. I won like $26 off that, and I was excited. I'm excited off $26.
Oh, Kathy Mills says Hawaii is always a good topic. I've never cruised, but did a 2-week 4-island tour.
Oh,
That might be my next thing, to actually go there and stay for a while in Hawaii. I've done a cruise before to Hawaii, but again, it's a port. So you go there, you do something, and then you come back. You go there, you do one thing, you come back. So that is actually something that I'm thinking about doing. Four Queens is always good to us. El Cortez, the best rules. I love the dealers. The vibe is just an old school vibe. Lower limits, but great rules. 3-2 blackjack instead of that crappy 6-5 blackjack. But that's, now I'm going down, my degenerate gambling ways. But so Banter with Bill tomorrow, which will probably be a little bit of a combination of cruising talk, Hawaii, and Vegas. So make sure you stop in for that and watch out for the. I don't think I have a video coming off tomorrow, so no video tomorrow after the show. So, and then we'll be back next week.
Yes, we will. Right back here. It's gonna come quick. It always comes so quick. It's always like it's Wednesday already.
You'll be back. What day do you get back? Saturday.
Saturday, yeah, Saturday night. Okay. So
sounds good, everybody. We appreciate you all coming in here. Destination Fun says, remember to hit that thumbs up button. Oh, let me go do the poll. Let me end the poll.
And everybody,
I ended the poll.
Choose fun.
And it didn't pop up. Where is it at? I don't see it popping up. I had 22. Where is it at? Oh, there it is. Finally popped up. I had 22 votes. We got 40% I want to go on the Jubilee during the inaugural season. 31% says I've already been on it. And my wife and husband won't let me get on it is 18%. And 9% is, yes, it's booked.
And I'm going to end with something very Texas for all of our Texas.
Look at that Mardi Gras. Even that is more Mardi Gras. Even that's more Mardi Gras than Texas.
Buc-ee's. Oh, Buc-ee's.
Scott, enjoy the rest of your night. Go catch up with Richard and catch up on a number of drinks.
Yes, I do. Thanks to everybody. And again, thank you for all of our mods too, for going back and forth between two channels, always looking out for us, making sure that there's no nasty people in our chats. So we always appreciate you guys. Thank you for showing up week after week. And again, all of our watchers here again that come back week after week. Thank you guys so much. And we'll see you next week.
Talk to you later, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.